Hey, how are you?
Great. Excited to be with you today and hear what is going on with gold and silver and in the economy.
I have these
I wouldn't
widgets on my
quite.
phone. All I see is like silver is going up all the time. And when you also look at headline stuff like everything else, crypto, all this stuff going
Yeah,
down. Like the only
yeah,
thing really good is silver.
I know. I mean, literally, and so let's go back a week, right? So last week, the Federal Reserve met. They did their little meeting and they talked about stuff. And what did they do? They lowered interest rates a quarter of a point, which is expected. Like 95% sure that was going to happen. It did. So whenever interest rates come down, basically people who are on fixed income, like what? Our income just went down, right? So let's look for something else as an alternative. And so what better than silver or gold? Silver's up 120% year to date. Gold's up like 63% year to date. It's incredible, right? But whenever you have lower interest rates, this is going to impact silver more than gold because a lowering of the interest rate, they lower them because they need to stimulate the economy, right? The economy stinks. So then when you lower interest rates, the next step is, ooh, this is going to stimulate the economy, right? So silver does really well being an industrial metal. Now, the second half of that FOMC meeting was actually more important than actually lowering interest rates because what did Jerome Powell say? Said we are going to start bond buying again. It's like, what? It's like you're going back to the buyer of last resort for US treasuries and the rest of the world doesn't want them.
Right.
Right? So China, the BRICS nations are all de-dollarizing the world. They're dumping their US treasuries like it's yesterday's trash. And we still need bond purchases to fund the Treasury Department, right? So the Fed is buying them. So on Friday, they did their first purchase, $40 billion. It's like, oh my word, this is a lot. Like this is more than we've seen since like COVID. I mean, this is like insane amount of bond buying. What does that mean? Inflation. This is quantitative easing on steroids. When you're lowering interest rates and you're printing money to buy bonds, that's inflationary. So what goes up with inflation? Things do,
Yeah.
right? Gold and silver do. They're things. Now, we've got an extra added thing happening to gold and silver, and that is not only do we have a ton of demand, we also have no supply. I mean, so you look at what there's this post that I saw in China one day, like yesterday. They're like, I think it was 5 tons. How much? I have to look. I think it was, or was it 50 tons? 5 metric tons of silver sold out one day. 5 tons. That's a lot of silver. So
That's a
now
lot.
this is one of the, I mean, this isn't people going in into like a jewelry store and buying silver, right? This was like a supply house for major like banks and things of that nature. Gone. Get 5 tons in one day, depleted the supply. Right? So it's like, oh my word, that's a lot. And we've already added to that. It's like in the last few weeks, you talked about London running out of silver, right? Which is the major crossroads of finance and precious metals in the world. But China has had it. It's like, well, now China's running. It's like, oh my word, this is just a lot of demand. You know who's about to run out next? India. Why? Because over the weekend, India just added the ability for their pension fund to actually have 5% ownership of gold and silver in it. See, India is the second largest, owner of gold on the planet. They love gold. The Indian country, they love gold. So now their pension funds, they're going to allow 5% of assets under management into gold and silver. Okay, India is not a small country. There's
Right.
billions of people there, right?
Yep.
And they already love precious metals. So I'm starting to think it's like maybe this is why a couple months ago they decided to add silver as a strategic reserve to back up the ruble at the central bank level. It's like, do they know what they're doing in the sense of we're going to create a bunch of demand here? We're already adding silver at the central bank level. The prices are going to go up. I mean, you've got so much demand, David and Stacy, so little supply. And then you've got a demand multiplier in the Fed lowering interest rates a quarter of a point and saying we're going to start bond buying again, which is going to have to print money to do it. This is bonkers type stuff.
Wow.
Right. And all at the same time, it's like, wow, silver's up like 3% this morning. It's like what? It's like up over $1 again. We're pushing. We're gonna hit $65 an ounce really soon.
You were
Right?
saying
And
you think it'll happen by the end of the year? Because I remember you kind of talking about that through the year, getting around that amount. Do you think it could possibly happen before December ends?
65?
Yeah.
I think we'll probably get that tomorrow or the next day.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're at 64 and some change. Before it's like fluctuating. It's kind of a volatile day between 63 and a half, 64 and a half, like all morning long. Right. So let's just call it 64. Yeah, we will probably get that within the next couple of days. And then I think we push 70 by the end of the year. That's with only 2 weeks left in the year. There's a holiday in there, right? Where it's going to be you normally very thin trading. It's like, I don't care if it's thin trading and there's a holiday or not. On Thanksgiving, they halted trading at COMEX and silver went up $4 when the markets weren't even open. Right? You don't need a lot of trading for these kind of things to happen when you've got the global demand for it, right? So bottom line, no matter what you look at, supply, demand, legislative actions, policies, what the central banks are doing, this is really big, right? Really big. And I was looking at some different sites even this morning that I normally don't look at. It's like, who's saying what about silver and gold? Right, so you go to like investing.com and some of these different places, silver outperforming gold, number one asset class in the world, up 120% year to date. So what this is going to do when silver and gold hit mainstream news, and it's not just conservative podcast and things of that nature, like you're going to start to get the retail sector involved. You're going to start to get other institutions involved because their clients are saying, we want gold and silver, right? So I just think we're not at the beginning of the end. I don't think we're at the end of the beginning. I don't think we're at the end of the end. We're at the beginning of the beginning, right? Like we talked about a couple weeks ago. I would get allocated as quickly as you can.
Well, and
That's so exciting.
This is, the problem is there's not enough silver, but that's why silver's always been so appealing. They can't just go print it on some 3D printer, at the Pentagon, or whatever, at the U.S. Treasury or some government agency. Can't be in a back room just, hey, we're going to change a policy and all of a sudden flood it with dollars. They can't do that with silver. There is only so much. And so that's kind of always been the appeal to it, is it's a safe haven because it can't be manipulated by these corrupt governments. And it's every government in the world, like we talked about last week, with Glenn Beck's thing on every currency is hurting and every nation is moving to silver.
Yeah. All of them. I mean, this is like a pendulum shifting moment globally, right? Where people are starting to realize, people being voters, right, all over the world, think, wow, we've lost trust in the government. We don't actually trust the banking system anymore, which is why for most of this year, crypto and precious metals have been going up together. Something happened in the crypto space. Right now, crypto is tanking, like literally tanking, but it's extremely volatile to begin with. Right. And so when I have people calling every single day, it's like, Kirk, I love XRP and XLM and all these things. It's like, yeah, I do too. I just wouldn't load up the boat with it right now because it's like volatile. Yeah. You saw Bitcoin go from like $120,000 a Bitcoin down to like 70 something. It's like,
oh boy, I went under 80
in like weeks.
Yep.
It's like that is a big hard pill to swallow. if you were to have your lion's share of your investment in something that volatile. I'm not saying that crypto is bad. I'm just saying you don't want to put the lion's share of your portfolio in it because it has these swings that are extreme, right? At some point down the road, 5 years down the road, it's going to be more stable because everybody's going to be into it and you're not going to have these violent swings. It's going to be like the stock market, right? That's kind of my view. Ultimately, it probably replaces it. Ultimately, I think you have stocks that are securitized as tokens on the blockchain. But when it becomes more mainstream in the norm, that's going to take out the early adapter price volatility, and you're going to get much more consistency. We're just not there yet, right? So it's like, yeah, I wouldn't put too much into crypto because way too volatile, unless you have an iron stomach, which I don't.
Well,
I'd much rather have
there's
a more conservative investment.
Yes, for sure.
You know, when you look at Facebook or anywhere and you see videos out there that there's a guy that broke down. There's thousands of videos that look like police officers in New York, wrestling with ICE agents and saying what they can't do, and they're not even real.
Right, with AI.
And some of them have 1 million views. And it's like it'll get where you can't trust what you see online. Even this is a picture, this is an image, it's not real. This is a video of this guy talking. That's really him. No, I saw one of Gavin Newsom the other day that was like unbelievable. It's not real. And people think their money's not real, their food's not real. And so in a world where everything is more fake by the minute, I think there's a real appeal to something you can physically touch that can't be manipulated and made and printed and yanked around. I think that the world is a part of a flight to quality.
And having that tangible asset, that is huge. You've talked so much about that. I mean, we've been, shouting from the mountaintop, shouting from the rooftops now, since, I don't know, August of 2021 about this. And Dr. Kirk, you've always called your shot, and it's been so exciting to see. You were talking about the beginning of January, what this could look like in December, and we are seeing exactly what you are saying. And Flyover conservative listeners, you may be thinking, is it too late? I love what you said here on the show. This is the beginning of the beginning. What an exciting time right now. It is not too late. So Flyover family, if you're listening today and thinking, well, what would be the next step? What do I do? It's very simple. You just go to flyovergold.com. There's a place you can fill out your information for a free consultation. Find out what are the options for you and your family. You can also grab this book while you're there for free, Thriving in an Economic Tsunami. Grab that while you're there. Read it. Dr. Kirk wrote it. It is such a great book. But also set up that free consultation, or you can call 720-605-3900 to set up the free consultation. Do it today. You will be so glad that you did. Dr. Kirk, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
If you had a time machine and you could go back to, say, 1930 and you had 1 ounce of gold or a $20 bill, both of those would buy you a complete men's suit, brand new, the shirt, the tie, the belt. Either one would buy you the whole thing. If you had a time machine and then you brought both of those resources into today, 1 ounce of gold could still buy you a full suit at pretty much any men's store in America. The $20 bill, it probably only gets you a handkerchief or a pair of socks.
How do you get the gold and silver? Well, it's very simple. We have a friend that we've known for over 25 years. In fact, his dad was a mentor of ours, and his name is Dr. Kirk Elliott. And the way that you connect with him is you go to flyovergold.com. It's a website that we set up to make it very simple. All you do is go there, fill out your information, and someone from Dr. Kirk's team will get a hold of you to answer all of your questions. Whatever you have, they can help you out. Or you can simply call 720-605-3900. Again, 720-605-3900 to set up that free consultation. Do it today. You will be so glad that you did.
What you doing there, Mom?
Well, Wesley and I got all in the Christmas spirit after decorating, and we decided to make a naughty and nice list. And I have to say, Avery, you're doing quite well.
Really?
So we're trying to decide who all we're going to buy MyPillow stuff for Christmas. If you use promo code FLYOVER, you get up to 66% off when you go to MyPillow.com.
That's a great deal.
Can't beat it.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Promo code FLYOVER.
Merry Christmas, Flyover family. Have we got a gift for you?
You know, we were in an Uber car the other day and I was talking with a guy about our age. It was kind of funny reminiscing about the days where you had to wait at home for somebody to call. You wanted to go with your friends somewhere and you're like, I can't, I'm waiting on an important call. And we talked about, you know, the date we got push button phones in our home. We experienced the same thing. And you know, all those things have evolved a lot over the years. Now you got a phone on you wherever you go. Most people don't even have a landline. And it happens so fast, we don't realize that a large part of what we're paying to these providers every month are going to the very things that undermine our values on a daily basis. They're going to fund LGBT pride parades. They're going to fund curriculums. They're going to fund a lot of things that work against the values that we kind of fight for every single day on this show. But there is an alternative, and we're very excited about it.
We partnered with PatriotMobile.com. When you go to PatriotMobile.com/flyover, they have a huge deal going on right now. When you use the promo code HOLIDAY25, you get 2 months free. Now, you're talking about a company that has 4 pillars that are very powerful, things that we support as patriots. Number 1, freedom of speech. Number 2, supports the right to bear arms. Number 3, unwavering commitment to the sanctity of life. And number 4, they support the military and first responders.
They may say, would they provide the same service that I'm used to? They actually have the ability to change based on your area if you want to use AT&T systems or Verizon systems or T-Mobile systems. And within our family, we've been using Patriot Mobile for a couple of years, and we've changed a couple of times, even where we go deer hunting and in some places it's hard to get the same signal, and so we changed providers and it cleared that up just simply with a phone call. So you have the options to get whatever service. You're not bottlenecked into one based on where you live. You can get anyone that you want. So you have these kind of adjustments to get the best quality service based on your signal availability, but not be funding things that you're against each and every month. Actually have that money going towards things that are actually taking ground and doing positive work in the world.
And you're talking to people that are based here in the United States. They're either going to be in Texas or California, but you're talking to somebody that you can completely understand. So you want to go to PatriotMobile.com/flyover, but do it between now and December 31st, because if you do that, you get the first 2 months for free when you use the promo code HOLIDAY25.
Everyone is talking about this.
The one thing that's very important part of my portfolio all these years is gold.
As gold hit all-time highs already this year.
And get a free info kit on gold today.
It's called silver. Gold coin.
And though we are thrilled that everyone is talking about investing in precious metals, a lot of these 1-800 numbers will make you feel like just another transaction. That's why it's crucial to work with a person, not a faceless institution, when it comes to your finances. You deserve to be treated like family, not just another number. Dr. Kirk Elliott, who we've known for over 25 years, he doesn't just sell gold and silver. He offers trust, care, and a personal touch that an impersonal institution could never match. So when it comes to securing your financial future, don't just call a company, call a person. Call Dr. Kirk Elliott at 720-605-3900 or visit flyovergold.com.